Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I'm Papa Pepper, and boy, we got some interesting stuff going on around here. Things are changing and children are maturing. This is a hard one.
Anyway. He has 4 horns.
Yeah?
2 little ones back here and 2 big ones.
Those are looking pretty good. Okay, I feel that's cool. Yeah. That's a pretty good setup.
Shabazz learning to leave the lambs alone when I walk around with them.
Yeah? She's learning? Good, Perito. Well, Pinky, what's different over here today?
Patience isn't here.
Patience isn't here? Mm-hmm. And who was Patience?
Our pony.
Our pony. So how long ago do you think we got Patience?
We got her last year, March 27th.
Whoa, was that the day after your birthday?
Yeah.
So that was almost a full year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. And a man we know offered us Patience for how much?
For free.
For free. And what did he say when he gave her to us?
He said that if we ever didn't want her anymore, or if she got too old or something, that he could come pick her up just to let him know.
Yep, just no questions asked. If we outgrew her, or if she got sick, or if she died, anything, just he would come take care of it. So that's a really good deal, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So what was some of the good stuff that happened with your almost year of having a pony?
A few weeks after we got her, I remember one time when Monster Truck, I think Red Pepper was gone at a dentist appointment, I think. And then so Monster Truck, Sweet Pepper, Bell Pepper, and Bugger, they were riding Patience up and down from the driveway up to the house, and that was a lot of fun. We had the saddle on her that time. She doesn't like the saddle at all, but...
And you had some good times riding her too?
A few.
A few. So what's one of the differences between like a Shetland pony, which is what she was, and a horse?
Shetland ponies aren't very nice.
They're not usually very nice?
Mm-hmm. And then they're small too. And so, she was pretty mean, actually.
She was?
She almost kicked me like 10 times, probably.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So was it a good learning experience? I mean, you learned some things about taking care of a horse, and you learned how not to get kicked, right?
Yeah, Xenia was helpful with that.
Yeah. And Xenia, one of the reasons that we had Patience too, is we thought it'd be a good companion animal for who?
Xenia?
For Xenia. So you see that this is a small Dexter, and these are our smaller sheep here. But there's quite a difference between the size of a sheep and the size of even a small cow, where the pony was a better kind of fit for a similar size, right?
Yeah, they were really good friends.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that Xenia is going to horribly miss Patience, or is she going to have something else coming up that might distract her?
She'll have something else come up, but I think she does. I don't know. I think she doesn't really know where Patience is.
Sure.
Because I don't know.
And what's going to happen with Xenia here coming up?
She's going to have her baby.
And that should be like in the next 3 weeks, or next month anyway, huh?
Yeah, I think I can't tell if it's moving right now, but yesterday it was moving a whole bunch. We see it like punch her side right there. It was really cool.
Wow. So soon she'll have a little calf to take care of, and that'll be a good distraction for her.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I got to build what soon?
Mom's milking thing.
So Pinky and Mom are working on some designs for a milking thing I can build. I am actually working on a building right there too. That could possibly be the next video after this one. Yeah. And so for a long time, our children kind of always wanted a horse, wanted a pony. And we kind of always dodged that. I'm trying to build up my pastures. I'm trying to reduce the size of my flock. I'm trying to kind of get this place a little more sustainable, less hay, things like that. And a horse or a pony didn't really fit into our plans. Now, we don't mind our children having, you know, animals that they can interact with, even if something's just to kind of bring them joy. I'm okay with that. But we hope for better purposes with most things. And I wasn't really going to spend money on a horse or a pony and then spend money on all the hay to feed it and stuff and just kind of start that cycle. So we dodged the horse thing a couple times. We were offered a free one from another friend of ours up in Missouri, and we declined that offer when we had that opportunity. But when this one came up, I was like, you know what, let's go for it. So the price was right, and we gave a green light. We went and checked her out, had her dropped off, and it worked out. You know, it wasn't the nicest animal, but they did go with it. Nobody was ever severely hurt. It was a good learning experience. There were happy times for sure. And the cool thing about the end of it is that it wasn't Mom or I that was like, we've got to get rid of this animal. We're done. The cool thing is that our daughters, one who's 11, one who's, she 10? Mm-hmm. One who's 10, came up with that on their own. So what happened there, Pinky, with the choosing to get rid of Patience?
She was getting really mean, and the last time I rode her actually was the time, it was the time I got bucked. Well, I think I actually rode her one last time after that. But that was like a few months ago, and I was riding around in this pen, and Xenia was in here, and I was riding her, and then I was riding her bareback because she really doesn't like the saddle at all. And so I was riding her, and then she started to try to like run, and I knew every time she would try to run, she would try to buck, because she'd bucked me once before, but I didn't fall off. But then this time she bucked like really hard, and I didn't fall off, but I got off right after that. It actually felt really cool though. It was fun. And then she was never nice after that exactly. And she wouldn't really let us ride her. I mean, she liked Monster Truck because he'd give her horse treats and he'd play with her. But she didn't really like any of us at all. And so we wouldn't really ever ride her either because she wasn't very nice when you tried to ride her. And so she was just kind of sitting here. I mean, Xenia liked her, but she's just kind of sitting around with Xenia and not doing anything, just eating our hay. So then we decided we were going to get rid of her.
Yeah, so Pinky and Red Pepper actually told me that they think it was time. And I went to meet up with the guy the other day and was talking to him. And Red Pepper was like, do you want to tell him? I said, well, you can tell him. And she started a conversation with him and mentioned that that was not going to work out. And oh, is that our last ewe that still has the lamb? As far as we know, that's the last pregnant one that we're waiting on. That little ram earlier is actually her brother from this year. But she should have one coming up here pretty soon. We'll add to our pile of lambs, which is exciting. And you like those babies?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you had a dream last night about Patience, right? Didn't you have a dream that Patience came back? You don't remember? You were telling us about it this morning.
Patience was Hussy was Daniel that lived in the basement.
Oh yeah, yeah. One cool thing about this is, you know, it was sad to get rid of a pony. They were sad. Obviously, if it was a wonderful, beautiful pony that worked out like perfectly for our family, it wouldn't be as sad. But with the pros and the cons, eventually they said, you know what, this pony is just not going to do good for us. So it showed me a maturity with my children, and I really appreciated that. And in the grand scheme of things too, you know, I'm going to remember this if we ever have another opportunity, that if it's in our best interest not to have a certain animal, the children can use a good degree of discernment and stuff to reach that goal on their own. And even if it's difficult, you know, to have an animal that you really wanted, that you love, that you appreciate, and be like, you know what, it's just not time for us. This is not going to work out for us. It's not a good fit for our family. That they're, you know, mature enough and coherent enough, you know, they can evaluate their surroundings and be like, yeah, this isn't going to work. So that really impressed me on this one. And in the world of feelings, how did it feel after Patience left?
It was sad and it's really weird too.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's, even though she's not dead, you know, it is a loss, right?
Yeah.
So, yep. And maybe we'll go visit her sometime anyway and see how she's doing.
Hey, Papa, when I have a baby, then everyone do Mr. Bobby's help.
Yeah?
I had a baby.
Okay, when you were a baby?
Yeah.
That was like a year ago when we went over there and checked out Patience. You're right.
Yeah. Then,
Hey, speaking of animals and them working out or not, how's your dog working out?
Pretty well. She likes to play with the lambs a little too much, so that's why she's not in with them.
Right, but she prefers to stay around the sheep, which is cool. And she can fit through the cattle panels right now, so she comes and goes. And hey, something happened with the pony and that dog, right? When the gate was left open?
Oh yeah, when I was moving them, she helped me move them. It's a lot of fun with her. And so we were moving them that way, and Xenia kept going, and so did the sheep, and they were all going straight. But Patience, I didn't shut that gate over there, and so Patience wanted to run over by the house, and Akiva ran over there. She got in front of her and started barking at her, and then Patience turned right around, went back in. It was really good, because the other time when Akiva was, I don't know where she was, but she wasn't there, and Patience ran all the way out there, and then we had to go catch her and bring her back.
Wow, so a dog can do your roundup chores for you. I like that. We'll see how it works.
the baby and the new baby.
The new baby, Crazy Horns, little lamb?
Yeah. Is that your homes?
No, Crazy Horns is the mama in here with the big horns, and that's her baby there.
Hey, that is by the grandma.
That is Patch's grandma. You're right.
And by the mama.
Who's Patch's daughter then? Or Patch's mom?
Crazy Horns.
Wow, so this one here, Patch's, is the one from this one last year, really?
No. That's her firstborn, and then the little one is the one from last year. Those are her two daughters, right next to her.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, those are her only kids.
Hers?
Yes.
Wow, so she's a couple years old. She's just a bit bigger than them. But yeah, 2 years ago she had that one. Last year she had that one.
Yeah.
And that one there is the sister to this little guy. And Crazy Horns in the, yeah, you're the one I'm talking about. And the one in the middle with all the horns, Crazy Horns, is the mom. Wow. Super cool. Whoa, Bug, do you miss Patience already? Looked like she bucked you off. Child, you're going off the front. You're about to lose it, little girl. Look at that. We get rid of our horse a couple days later, the kids are riding 6-gallon buckets. So what happened over the weekend?
We got rid of Patience.
Got rid of Patience. And whose idea was that?
Mine and Pinky Pepper's.
Yeah, why did you guys decide to get rid of a pony? I thought you guys wanted a pony.
Because she wasn't working out for our family.
So in what ways do you think she wasn't a good fit for our home? How was she not working out?
Well, she was trying to kick us a lot. It's okay. So she wasn't working out for our family because she was just trying to kick us a lot, and she didn't like the saddle at all. And
you guys were kind to her, right? I mean, you'd brush her, you'd give her treats, you'd feed her.
yeah,
Yeah.
only one time when our friends came over. But she still wouldn't let us hop on her back, but she was okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of a mature thing for you children to decide. You know, and that's one reason I wanted to put this video out, guys, too. These are young girls. You're what, 10?
Yeah.
Her sister's 11. And they really wanted a pony. Eventually they got one, but on their own they determined this isn't a good idea for us. This isn't safe, it isn't rewarding at this point. They had some better times and some worse times, you know, but the pony was moody, I'll say that. Overall, you know, there was room for improvement. And the children on their own decided, you know what, nah. So part of the reason I wanted to put this out was just so people could see this example. I don't know. It's one thing when I have to put my foot down on something and I'm not beyond that. I will. And if they cry, they cry. It's just the reality of life. Some things are just not going to work out. They're not going to be tolerated. They're not going to be allowed. And, you know, even with an animal, I may have to say, nope, we're done. And, you know, if it hurts their feelings, that's okay. It's part of life. We can't have everything we want in life.
Yeah.
But in this situation, you know, the children on their own said, this isn't good for us. We need something better than this, like not having it right now. That would be better. So I was blown away. I was really impressed by that.
Our friend did say that ponies are moody by themselves, but then pony mares are even moodier.
And that's what she was, an older pony mare. And for some years at least, she just kind of ran around with cattle in a field, had minimal human interaction. So it's not like she was like a pet pony that was always ridden, always groomed, always, you know, interacting with people. That hasn't been her history for a number of years now. So yeah. And how sad were you when we got rid of her and she finally left?
Pretty sad.
Pretty sad. And how do you feel about it now?
I don't know. I just feel bad for Bell Pepper because she came up to us earlier. Patience is back.
Yeah.
She's in the pen. I just saw her head.
So I think she had a little dream that the pony came back, but then that wasn't reality. And hey, I wanted just to thank you. Like I said, I was impressed. And I mean, we had a great deal worked out though too. We get a free pony if we ever decide not to. He'd just come pick it back up. That obviously worked out great. Couldn't have asked for more. You know, there's nothing more I don't think we really could have done that was reasonable to do. And I don't think, you know, the guy we got her from, I don't think there was any room for improvement there. It's just, it wasn't a good fit for our family. And, you know, the kids did try for almost a year. It'll be like a year next month. Or sorry, next week. Yeah, later this month anyway. Yeah. So I don't know. We just wanted to share that story. We had some good times. They did have a pony once. It worked out pretty good. We may have some other options moving forward for things like that, but I want to dial in our pastures and our flock and get this property and our animals where they need to be before we reevaluate and reconsider something like this. But when we do, I'm going to remember how mature these children were the first time and know that, yeah, if for some reason it doesn't work out again, they're not beyond admitting it or even taking the initiative to say, this isn't going to work out for us. So we'll see you next time. I got a building to build. Pop out.
Red Pepper out.
Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Thumbs up. But well.
The cow head is good?
Yeah.
That's good, you know.